What is going on, guys? Rods over bricks here. The new Jeep battery is in it, and let's take it out for a spin. So what we've got is essentially a really budget-friendly little trail rig. Four-wheel drive. It does not have a 2-speed transmission, powered by a 280 motor, and it's 7.4 volts. What I like about this thing is it is leaf sprung with straight axles. And I think the scale nature of the beast is just wickedly cool. And one thing that I loved about it, so you can see the headlights here. And for those of you that drive a BMW, I know you probably won't recognize this, but when we steer the car, look at that, we got little blinkers. And they're even on the back too. Right there. So anyways, I just wanted to take a look at this thing. Now I've got some big plans for this rig. I'll show you guys a couple of parts that I've been accumulating. I'm not going to tell you what the whole plan is, but I think once you see the parts, you'll know what I'm going to do to this thing. Anyways, let's take it out for a little rip and see how she does. So overall, its low-speed modulation is pretty good, especially for a brushed, non-censored motor. It definitely does not articulate very much. It's got plastic leaf springs, so I think there's some room there to be much improved. So I own a repair shop, and I've got a few customers that have real World War II Jeeps, and if you've ever driven one, they drive exactly like this. I mean, they are that bouncy. So, you know what? I think for how stiff the suspension is, I think that's just about real for, for what this thing was. Okay, we got a big hill coming up. I don't know if it's going to climb it. These tires are pretty hard. Oh, I'm hearing a clicking sound. Oh no! What? Oh boy, guys. I think we already broke it. Okay, so the leaf springs are now in an S shape, and the U-joint popped out right there. So I'm going to go ahead and get that straightened out. It looks like I'll have to build some trailing arms for this thing to keep axle wrap at a minimum. All right, back in a minute. Well, that's not a very good start to the review, is it? All right, well, let's carry on. It's a little bit less steep on this side of the hill, and it climbs it up pretty good. Well, all in all, I know this is not supposed to be a crawler or anything of that nature, but for the price and being fully proportional with actually really smooth throttle and steering inputs, the servo seems plenty strong. This would be just a fun little rig to play with and upgrade if you want to make it for more of a trail rig. Now, I know there's a ton of videos out there on YouTube about this thing, but I couldn't find a video of this thing done up the way I want to do it. Which you'll get some hints towards the end of the episode. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. Now trust me, it'll be a cool one. Come on, you can do it. Okay, we just about cased it on the differential there. No, nothing. It doesn't go over the biggest of bumps. Oh, there we go. We got a better line. Oh, I think I popped out that U-joint again. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Back axle's still doing a thing. Check this out. Look, I didn't even know it did this. If I hit a button on the controller, woo, we get our fog light. That thing's pretty cool. Well, overall, it's got a lot of room to improve, but I think for the price point, definitely great. I mean, shoot. I pay the same amount of money just to get some proportional, cheaper electronics for my own little custom builds. So definitely worth the money so far. A lot of weak links I'm seeing, and I'm not even pushing the thing hard. But, well, not as hard as I'm going to be pushing it. There's going to be some nutty stuff going on with this thing. A really not so normal build. Well, I guess the last thing to do for right now is the speed run. So let's go ahead and taxi it up the road here. That should be enough room. Turning radius, not bad. All right, ready? We're gonna go from a dig. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, the absolute speed of this thing. Watch out, don't flip it. Chicane, imaginary cones. No. Okay, this thing's pretty freaking cool. Lame. Hey, we landed on all fours. Ready to go. Meow. Oh, well, meow. And the controller, you know, although it does look a little tacky and kind of like baby food, this green is just a little bit off. It's not quite olive drab. It's definitely baby food. Anyways, I don't have the biggest of hands, and able to drive this thing one-handed perfectly fine. But I do feel like, you know, if you have pretty big hands, you'd still be able to grip this thing because there's still plenty of room down here. I mean, I got sausage fingers, but a pretty darn comfortable controller despite no foam on the steering wheel piece. But nice, smooth controls. The throttle is actually really, really nice and smooth. Maybe even a little bit lightly sprung at that. But for a budget, she ain't bad. My phone keeps falling down. All right, and time for the U-turn time. Let's see how much room she takes. So in the box, here's what you get. So first and foremost, we get the Jeep, which just, I've been looking at this thing all day. I've gone through a couple of packs through it. I am still in love with how this thing looks. Now the battery, I didn't think I showed this earlier, but it just Velcros in right there. The hood is on a little, what feels like an over-center spring. And something else really cool, when it steers, the steering wheel steers. Not a whole lot. And the mirrors have mirrors. I'm pretty happy about that. Overall, you know, this thing's great as is. The only thing I would do is maybe take a little bit of model car paint and just detail some of the stuff under here. You know, we got the muffler and the exhaust tip. You know, with a little bit of paint work, this thing could be a super, super scale rig. It looks great. We get 2 batteries. They are lithium ion and 500 milliamp hours, so not too bad. 7.4 volts. We get our charger, which I've never seen this kind of plug before. So hopefully it's not too hard to find in case it gets lost. We get the instructions, a little dingus screwdriver, and of course the remote control. The remote control did not come with batteries, so you'll have to get that your own. And all the controller really has is it's actually got the winch controls, which I think is cool. The light control for that little spotlight over here, on and off, and steering trim. That's it. But now I think it's time to show you guys what plans I have. So here's the parts I've got. So for parts, I got a 2S LiPo. I got I think this is a, what is it? A 6400 kV brushless motor. And I got a little stack of these, which I think you guys know where we're headed. Little Spectrum servo. I got one of these gyroscopic goodies. And some SCX24 shocks with springs. That way I can replace the shocks under here. Even though these shocks don't have any spring to them, I don't think. I really haven't taken this thing apart, but I wanted to stiffen up the suspension some more. Even though it is plenty stiff, you know, way too stiff for off-road. With, you know, these parts, I think you know where I'm headed. I would like a little bit stiffer of a suspension. And we're going to do a drift build with this thing. I think we're going to go ahead and slam it as low as I can. I'm going to try to build some lowering blocks. I want to retain the straight axles, and I want to retain the leaf springs. I mean, that's very important to me. So I want to try to get some more steering angle out of it. Now, luckily, you know, drifting or power sliding with four-wheel drive, you don't need as much steering angle, of course. But I'd like it to steer maybe another 10 or 15 degrees. So we might have to go in here with some Dremels and make some work happen. But how cool will this be, you know, slammed on drift wheels with a gyro, and I'm going to try to hide everything like under the hood and under here. That way it looks exactly like it does, but doing, you know, going sideways and all that fun stuff. So for the battery, now I did get the wrong end. This is JST. But this is the same kind of battery I'm going to get. I got another one coming, and it's a Dean's plug, which I think will be plenty fine. I'm making this thing just 2S and 3S capable, and I think that'll be pretty good. Now, the motor that's in this thing is a 280 brushed. I couldn't find too many specs online, exactly what motor this is, but the general consensus is that motor is probably about 14 to 15,000 RPM on 7.4 volt. So I should be pretty close to 60,000 RPM on 3S with that brushless. And that'll get me some more speed. I will need to increase the pinion size if that's possible. It looks like it's not going to be adjustable, so there might be some work here. Or I might try to find a different gear ratio for the axles. Or maybe even bust open the T-case and go through my big bag of gears. And hopefully I can find something to increase the wheel speed to make this thing maybe go 18 to 20 miles an hour. I think that'll be plenty with the drift wheels. I don't know anything about drifting. All I know is that when I did that review on that $8, $9 eBay drift car, that got me hooked. So I had to do something about it. I wanted something four-wheel drive to make it easier for me to drift and power slide. I wanted something cheap that I could upgrade, something that already had, a servo and stuff. So this is what I came up with. It's unique. It's different. It's going to be a little bit snappy with how short that wheelbase is, but I think we'll be just fine. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it a ton, and I will see you on the next one. And make sure to stay tuned because some work is going to be done to this thing probably in the next few days. So I'll have a couple of videos out showing what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and see if we could build ourselves a drift Jeep. All right, guys, take care.